Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
my name is Kevin.
Oh,
Kevin.
How old are you?
I'm 7 years old.
발음 좋아요. I'm 7 years old.
Where are you come from?
Oh, I'm from China.
China?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hey guys, it's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I am not in my room. I'm actually on vacation with my family, and I wasn't planning to do a video this week because it was going to be a vacation. But honestly, it felt kind of weird not doing a video on YouTube. Literally, I have a chair here, I have my phone tripod and my camera, and I don't have a light, so I'm opposite the balcony. So I actually decided to do this video because over the course of the past year of doing YouTube, I've gotten a lot of questions about how I learned Korean, and I'm not fluent. I don't want you guys to think I'm fluent, but I'm pretty comfortable with conversational Korean. I can understand most things. It's just I can't go back and forth with you on a fluent basis. Like, I'm not there yet. But before I went to Korea, I was studying Korean hard. So I thought I'd share with you some of the resources that I used to start out. It's all free, and that was one of my things because I really wanted to do Rosetta Stone, but I don't have Rosetta Stone money.
Girl, I'm broke. Girl, I'm broke.
There's, apps out there, there are websites, there are videos that you can kind of put together and find a learning style that works for you. So the first thing I did was learn the alphabet. Now, there are so many apps. Honestly, it was an app I used so long ago, I don't even remember the name of it. It's like 29 characters, it's really easy to learn. That was actually the easiest part. After I got the alphabet down, I found a website called howtostudykorean.com. And the cool thing is there are different units broken down in different lessons. And this site was made by a foreigner. That's useful because you can kind of understand the difficulties of learning Korean from another English speaker, He's like, while we Americans might think this, Koreans see it this way. So it kind of helps to learn from someone who can kind of understand where you're coming from. It's totally free, but there are like textbooks and stuff and workbooks you can buy if you want. I never did that. I just had a notebook where I would write down things I wanted to remember. And there's an app linked to this website called Memrise. It has like its own separate unit that goes with this website. Each lesson has like different vocabulary words you should know. On the Memrise app, you can go through and find it and pair it up, and that way before you learn a lesson, you know these new words. And I started using this app in like 2016, and it has been upgraded a lot since then. Like, now there are YouTube videos that go along with it. So like, you read the lesson, you remember everything, and at the very end, you can take like a video test. Now, I do like that website, and I really like that app, but the thing is, a lot of it is very like textbook formal Korean that people don't speak in a casual day-to-day basis. One of my apps is actually sponsored this video is HelloTalk. Now, you guys know I've been using HelloTalk since 2016, and if you saw the very first storytime video I did on this channel was actually from a guy I met on HelloTalk. And fun fact, I actually got my Korean name from a person I met on HelloTalk. I decided to go to Korea, but I wanted a Korean name because ISIS is like a problematic name, and I know that's not an easy thing for Koreans to say, like ISIS, and it's also a brand of water. So I was like, okay, I gotta come up with a better name than that. The way HelloTalk works is it's becoming more of like a social thing. Like, you have moments where you can upload pictures. Maybe say you go to Korea for 2 weeks and you want to share what you did while you were there. You can post these pictures, you can tag your location and everything. You can filter it so that you meet people who are only in your age range, who are only learning the language you want to learn, and you guys can swap languages and help learn each other's language. So I posted in the moments section, I'm looking for a Korean name. Can anyone give me any advice or any suggestions or anything? I didn't want it to be common, but I didn't want it to be random and not make any sense. So this one guy, he messaged me back and asked me, what are some things you like? Like, are there certain elements or colors or things you like? And I told him I really like the moon. So he helped me come up with the name Bodum. And he said it roughly translates to 2 weeks, but technically it means more like a full moon. I was like, that's amazing. So Bodum became my Korean name because of HelloTalk. The cool thing is you can practice open, like, you can have a full Korean sentence as your like status or your moments, and then if something may be wrong, then someone can critique it and show you why it's wrong, and then explain to you, oh, well, when you're speaking, you don't have to have this, you can just use this instead. that's really where I started to learn conversational and more like comfortable, actual, practical Korean, because you can read one thing in a textbook and you can fully understand the grammar, but then you find you're making your sentences longer than they have to be. You're finding you can drop the topic part. Like, you don't have to say 저는, 나는 in like every sentence because it's implied. So HelloTalk is really good for stuff like that. Once you start to build up your profile and you start to add friends and make friends and everything, you can find other Korean people who will post, who just want to help people learn Korean, and they'll post something that'll have like a group of slang words that you might want to learn this week. Say this one, for example, Learning Korean with Chris, Chapter 4, 모르는 척 하지 마, don't play dumb. So like, that's something that's fun to know. Basic words and expressions. 누군가, someone or somebody. 내, which is 나 and 의, which means my put together. 새, 새로운, for new. 훔쳤어, stole. 스마트폰, smartphone. 무슨 일이니? My pronunciation isn't that great, don't judge me. Like, HelloTalk's not just for Korean. I've gotten like friend requests from people who speak Arabic, people who speak Spanish, German. So if English and Korean aren't just like your main language goals, you can learn all types of languages. So yeah, for me personally, obviously your first step to learn Korean is to learn how to read Hangul and to learn all the sounds and just practice your pronunciation. But the good thing is you can find people on HelloTalk who can help you with that. And also you can send like voice messages. So if you want to ask someone, how's my pronunciation? And you send 저는 미국 사람이에요 or something like that. And you want to ask them how's the pronunciation, and they can say, actually you don't have to say this, or actually you should say that. It's pretty helpful because you don't want to get to Korean sounding like a robot. And not for nothing, one thing I used to really like to do, I would learn slang terms from HelloTalk and then go and use it to my kids, and they'd be like, whoa, teacher, whoa, like, teacher, how do you know this word? That's a good way to impress Korean people too, if you're up to date with like their current slang. So yeah, my main tips for Korean: learn Hangul first, then try to understand more of the actual sentence structure. I recommend howtostudykorean.com, and also to use Memrise, because that's a good way to build your vocab as well as incorporate it into like actual proper sentence structure. And then use HelloTalk so you can make it sound more natural. That's definitely, those are like my favorite 3 things. HelloTalk's not just for language. Like I said, I've met people there, I've met guys, I've met girls there. It's a good way to mingle and interact with people from the country that you're trying to study the language of. Back in 2016, I was still on campus at Rutgers, Newark, and that's like 10 minutes away from New York City. So I met someone who was from Korea but studying in New York. He had just gotten there, he's only been there for 1 semester at that point. And I was like, well, you know, I'm about to go to Korea. And he's like, what? That's amazing. I was trying to help him adapt more to like American life, and he was trying to prepare me more for life in Korea. So that was a really helpful dynamic. We met up in the city, we went to a movie, we went to Koreatown, and we got jokbal. I wanted to try and practice some Korean that I've been learning at that point. So he's like, oh, what do you want to eat? And I was like, 혹시 고기 먹고 싶어요. He's like, oh, that was really good. So like, it's really nice to like make language partner friends and then actually be able to meet up with them. So yeah, that's just some of my tips on how I've been learning Korean and what I used and what I started to get the ball rolling. For me, it's like really important to not only understand the structure, the grammatical details of the language, but also to be able to relate and like use slang and to just sound more natural when you speak it, because you don't want to sound like a robot. Just like, you know, if someone's learning English and they're not using like contractions, I am very happy to meet you. I cannot wait for this day to begin. Like, that sounds weird. You want to be like, yo, I'm happy to meet you. I can't wait for this day to start. You just want to use what sounds more natural. But also, it's really good, especially if you're planning a trip to Korea. You can post about that and people will start to want to talk to you, and they can be like, well, when you get here, I can show you this. Or you can, how's my pronunciation? And you can record messages. They can be like, well, actually, that's too much you don't have to say that much. You know, it's just really helpful. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to learn Korean these days, or learn any language for that matter, which is one of the good things about 2019 and technology. So also, I'd like for you guys to like update me on your Korean study journey, leave comments and everything, message me on Instagram. Like, it's really cool like when I see people think, you know, if this video becomes helpful. Thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. 안녕.